To view students' results on a test or a quiz, if you scroll down and find the test in question, on the very right side there's a column for reports, and there's this little symbol for the report symbol, and if you go ahead and click that, it will take you into the test results for each of your students as well as the entire class in general. You can also find this report if you hover over the word reports. It's the bottom left one called assignments that takes you to this exact same page. When you first land on this page, it's going to show you your overall class results. It's going to show you all of your student names, how many times they submitted it, when they submitted it, as well as their score on the right side. You can toggle between percentage and points to see what they scored on this test. You can also see some general information about this test, but what I like about this report is you can go into a very detailed item analysis or a performance by question for your overall class. It tells you the percent of students who answered questions incorrectly, so you can take a look at number 10, number 5, number 12, and so on to see if those are questions that you want to go over in class or give them a second opportunity on. You can even click on number 10 and it shows you what the question was. You can also see the average time spent, so if students spent a long amount of time on a certain question, you could look into that. At the bottom, you'll see all of the questions in either graph or table form. Just depending on what you want to sort by, you can sort it, you can do time spent versus incorrect answers, things like that, just to kind of look into your test a little bit more and see which questions your students might have struggled with. Performance by question gives you a great table of all of your students' names with how many points they received for each individual question out of the 15 total questions on this test. If they got partial credit, you would also see partial points showing up in this table view. To go back to the results though, to see individual student scores and what they received credit on or didn't receive credit on, if I go down to Tracy's score, since she received a 93%, I'm going to actually click on her score. If you click on her score from the gradebook view in the class gradebook, you'll also come to this exact page in here so you can see Tracy's attempt. If she had multiple attempts, you'd see both attempts listed here, or however many there are listed here, so you can see all of the attempts and how well she did. You can download this report so that the student can see it. You can also delete an attempt if you want them to start over and do this again. From this page, you can also see how many points the student received when they submitted it and the total time spent, as well as you can see any incorrect or correct answers. If I click on number 14, you can see when she submitted it, how long she spent on it, what her score was, and you can always adjust the score as needed if you feel she should receive partial credit. You'll see the exact question with the exact numbers that the student was asked. You'll also see the answer that the student submitted. In this case, it is blank because I'm using fake students right now, but in your course, you'll see the actual student, how they answered this question versus the correct answer. If you feel she should have gotten credit for her answer or partial credit, you can adjust the score, add a comment, and that will adjust the score accordingly in the gradebook. This is just a great way to come in here and see exactly how the student scored, what questions they were given, and what the correct answers are for their specific questions, since all students are going to receive different numbers on the tests and quizzes.